to the Woo Factor. I'm Tone.
And this is Nolan.
And we're your hosts.
We've got a great show lined up for you today.
Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch some spear, we'll learn some takedowns,
and we'll also be watching some of the greatest fight scenes in martial arts movie history.
Nolan, did we get any emails or questions this week?
Yeah, we got some. Let me check. Here we go. We got one from Johnny.
No.
We got Frankie.
No.
Billy.
No.
Don.
No.
Daryl.
No.
How about Sanjay?
No.
Oh, what about Dominica?
Let's look at Dominique's email.
Dear Tone and Nolan, I have watched every episode of The Woo Factor, and I am your biggest fan ever. I am also a huge sports fan, and that's why I like martial arts. I think. Is martial arts a sport? Anyway, talk to you guys later. Love, Dominique.
Dominique, I'm glad you asked. Martial arts is more than just a sport.
Asian martial arts have much in common with exercise and Western-style sports, including physical activity, physical fitness, skills acquisition, and social activity. However, there are also many differences. Both competitive martial arts and Western sports tend to emphasize competition and winning, but martial arts also places emphasis on self-knowledge, self-improvement, and self-control. Unlike Western sports, martial arts usually teach self-defense, involve philosophical and ethical teachings, emphasize the integration of mind and body, and have a meditative component. While both sports and martial arts produce psychological benefits, feelings of safety and the ability to defend oneself tend to be higher among martial artists.
So Tone, let's get started with some of what we think are the greatest fight scenes of all time.
You know, especially in America, when we're talking about martial arts movie fight scenes, every conversation has to start with one name.
Bruce Lee.
That's right. Before Bruce Lee, most American fight scenes consisted of actors like John Wayne throwing big roundhouse punches.
Like, what do you mean?
Like this. And that's an old American fight scene.
And the Hong Kong fight scenes were stylized at the time, so no one got hit for long periods of time.
When Bruce Lee burst onto the scene, he revolutionized the way fight scenes were filmed around the world. He brought more of an intensity than what was seen in the Hong Kong films at the time, and he brought more technique than what was seen in the Hollywood films.
Here's a classic Bruce Lee fight scene from Enter the Dragon. Before Bruce Lee, the Chinese were always portrayed as Charlie Chan or servants or laundry boys or, you know, some goofy comedic relief, you know?
Yeah, but then after Enter the Dragon, that iconic, you know, no shirt, black pants Kung Fu master gave another beat, which still influences things like Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, or Fei Long from Street Fighter, and martial law from Tekken. Guess who that is? That's Jackie Chan, who just got his neck broke by Bruce Lee. Enter the Dragon is widely regarded as one of the most influential films of all time, and in 2004 was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry.
Bruce Lee was also named by Time Magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of the century. Wow, man, Bruce Lee is vicious, man. He just takes guys out with absolutely no mercy.
In contrast to Bruce Lee's almost vicious on-screen persona, we have Jet Li, who always plays a classical Chinese hero, who's very honorable, scholarly, and humble.
Let's take a look at our fight scene from Hero. This one's featuring Jet Li and Donnie Yen.
Jet Li's martial arts background is in contemporary Wushu. He went from being a multiple national champion in China to being a huge international film star.
Let's take a look.
In Bruce Lee's fight scenes, you could really see his philosophy of martial arts, in such that he thought that fighting should be done as efficiently as possible. In Jet Li's fight scenes, especially this one, you can really see that Jet Li really enjoys the artistry of martial arts. Jet Li was a member of the Beijing Wushu team, and he won 15 gold medals in Chinese competition.
Is that a lot?
I don't think anyone has won more, even up to this time.
Oh, really?
The great thing about Jet Li is not what he does, but how he does it. His movements are so refined, and that's really a reflection of his 5 national championships.
Is that why they call him a national treasure?
Yeah, can you believe it? In China, he's considered a national treasure.
Hey, did you see him in Shaolin Temple? Or those Shaolin Temple movies?
Are you kidding me? Shaolin Temple is what made me want to do Wushu.
Huh?
Yeah,
Really?
and it's not just me. It was the Shaolin Temple movies really brought people back to the Shaolin Temple and revigorated it.
Huh.
Because of the political environment of the time, the Shaolin Temple was pretty much shut down. But after the Shaolin Temple movie, literally tens of thousands of Chinese flocked to the Shaolin Temple to be like their hero, Jet Li.
Isn't that Donnie Yen that Jet Li is fighting?
He's a Chinese American whose mom, Bosun Mark, had a huge influence on Wushu here in America.
Not bad.
Wow, that was awesome! Donnie Yen must be working hard on his spear.
Yeah, the spear is one of the most difficult weapons to learn. Did you know in Chinese martial arts there's this saying, your chain whip should be straight and your spear should be bent.
Bent? Why should this be bent?
Well, for example, with the staff, the power is applied in large swings. But for the spear, most of the time the power is applied at the tip, and the weapon should be manipulated in such a way as to go above or below or around your opponent's weapon.
Huh, I see. Let's take a closer look at the spear.
When using the spear, power is normally applied at the spear tip. Basic spear techniques involve moving the spearhead in a circular path. You should be able to advance and retreat quickly and smoothly, and you should also be able to thrust the spear quickly and directly. Now let's see that in real time. Now let's watch a complete spear form.
Wow, that was really pretty awesome.
Yeah, what did you think, Darth? Do you remember when we first met, Darth?
Yeah. Dude, it's Darth! Sancho!
Yeah, Darth's a scary dude.
Yeah. Let's watch one of his greatest fight scenes. This one's from Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope.
Man, Darth is slow. Jet Li's grandma could kick his butt. Jet Li's grandma could kick his butt with 2 arms tied behind her back.
Let's watch this fight scene from the animated series, Dragon Ball Z. Wow, it's gonna take them a little while for them to charge up. So while we're waiting, let's watch this fight scene featuring Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx. This is one of the best movies of Jackie Chan, I think. I think this is his 3rd attempt to break into American mainstream. I think his first was in 1980, around there. It was called The Big Brawl, right?
Right. Back in about 1978 or so, he's already a big star in Hong Kong, and his movies there were already breaking Bruce Lee's box office records.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so they tried to bring him over to the US at the time, but really at the time, the Bruce Lee icon was just too strong, and America wasn't ready for this comedy kung fu.
Yeah.
Plus, the movie really wasn't all that good.
His second attempt was The Protector. That was around, what, 1985? Did you ever see The Protector?
Yeah, you know, it was a Golden Harvest film that was shot in both the US and in Hong Kong. And that one was really flat, too. Because the director wanted Jackie Chan to be like Clint Eastwood or something like that. And that's totally not Jackie Chan. And they tried to capture the acrobatic fight choreography that Jackie Chan is known for now. But even that was kind of flat. But the good thing about The Protector, Jackie Chan went on to make, you know, like The Police Story and all of those modern cop films because he thought, you know what, the way Hollywood wants to do these films is wrong. I'll show you how to do it the right way. And so we got all of these good movies because of that bad movie, The Protector.
Yeah. Like Rush Hour.
And Rush Hour 2.
And Around the World in 80 Days.
And The Tuxedo.
Oh, that was a...
Hold it! Stop!
Wow, that's a great fight scene.
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx is one of my favorite Jackie Chan films.
I like Jackie Chan's modern pieces too, but what really influenced me were his period pieces, especially Drunken Master.
Or Drunken Master 2.
Yeah, which came out almost 15 years after the first Drunken Master. Jackie Chan's really been a big star for 30 years now.
Wow, that's a long time. But you know what? I think the Jackie Chan of the next generation could be Tony Jaa.
Let's watch Tony Jaa's breakthrough fight scene from Ong Bak.
The Thai Warrior. Yeah, Tony Jaa is pretty new on the scene. He grew up watching the guys that we're talking about, like Jet Li and Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, and he wanted to be just like them. Ooh, that's That's a nice move in between the glass like that.
Yeah, that aerial cartwheel, remember that. We're gonna cover that later.
Did he have formal training at all? Or?
He used to train like in his dad's rice paddies and you know, like the stuff that you see in Ong Bak, him riding elephants and stuff like that. That's how he grew up. He grew up riding elephants, training in the rice paddies, and thinking, one day I'm gonna be just like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Walking on the heads has been done in Hong Kong movies forever, but they're always using wires. To see it done without the wires is just incredible.
Dude, that guy defies gravity. Did you see how he flew around like that?
Yeah, remember when he did that aerial between the two panes of glass?
Yeah.
Let's take a closer look at the aerial. When practicing the aerial cartwheel, push off hard with your left leg as you kick your right leg hard into the air. Keep pulling up with your chest throughout the motion. Keep your leg straight by concentrating on pointing your toes. So that's how you do an aerial.
Hey, I wonder what's going on with that Dragon Ball fight team.
Let's find out.
Wow, Vegeta, this might take longer than I thought.
Wow, these fight scenes we're watching are crazy. These guys must really have good skills.
Yeah, in competitive wushu, there's a whole fight scene category, which is known as paired sets or fighting sets, where you could really show off your martial arts skills.
Let's take a look at a wushu fight set now. Man, those fight sets are great and all, but, you know, for a more realistic situation, you need a more direct approach.
Right. In Sanshou, we go over the more practical applications for the punching, kicking, grappling, and throwing techniques.
So what techniques are we going to learn today?
We'll go over the body clinch, and we'll also cover a couple of takedowns.
Cool.
If you stay far enough away from your opponent, he can't hit you. The only problem is, at this range, you probably can't hit your opponent either. Another way of minimizing getting struck by your opponent is to shoot in on him. Let's take a closer look at this. What you want to do is slip your opponent's punch, change your level, and gain control of your opponent's hips and legs. From this position, you can do many takedowns, including the single leg takedown, the double leg takedown, the whizzer, the uproot, or if you're strong enough, you can just pick them up and throw them over your shoulder. Let's see some of these in real time. The single leg takedown, the double leg takedown, and the whizzer.
Being skilled in takedowns is really useful in both Sanshou and mixed martial arts competitions.
Yeah, but what if your opponent's like a lot bigger than you?
Yeah, that becomes problematic, and you can't really use the uproots for that. But as long as you could get your opponent on one leg, it becomes easier to sweep, or to trip him, or to run him down.
What if he's like really bigger than you? What if he's like Godzilla?
Well, Godzilla's king of the monsters. Everyone has a problem fighting Godzilla. With his atomic breath, his prehensile tail, and his regenerative abilities, he really has a power set that creates a mismatch against practically everyone.
Actually, one of our top fight scenes features Godzilla. In this one, he's fighting multiple opponents. Let's take a look. Man, I don't think anyone could beat Godzilla.
Yeah, the only people that I can think of that would have a chance against Godzilla is either Vegeta or Goku. Let's take one more look to see where they're at in their fight scene.
Dude, those guys are huge. They're ripped, man. They're shredded. Dude, those guys are strong. I wish I could train in 1,000 times gravity to get like them.
Well, since we can't train in 1,000 times gravity, the next best thing we can do is to weight train. And one of the multi-joint exercises that we can do is called the bench press.
Let's take a look at that now.
The bench press is a great way to develop strength through your chest, the front of your shoulders, and your triceps. Make sure you grab the bar wide enough so that when you lower the bar, your arms form 90-degree angles. Make sure to keep your elbows beneath your wrists and keep your shoulders and hips on the bench. Keep your feet flat on the floor and breathe out as you pass up.
And that's all the time we have for you today.
And don't forget to email us your questions and comments at thewufactor@gmail.com.
I'm Tone,
And this is Nolan
and we'll see you next time.
on The Woo Factor.